Couple updates to the 2104S Rockwood Mini Lite here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is the single best-selling Rockwood Mini Lite out there, this floor plan. You can get it in a couple different ways. I think you're going to be hard-pressed to find it without a Murphy bed, though that seems to really be the dominant way to put this one together, because it makes this thing one of the shortest but full-featured couples campers you can get a hold of out there. If you'd like to see if we have one in stock and available, just visit the link in our video description. We clearly publish pricing. We only publish RVs we have in stock. We don't bait and switch people. And we also don't do hidden dealer fees. We try to put everything right up front for you guys. The majority of this video, what I'm going to try to talk about are just the updates that have taken place recently, and just simply due to weather conditions. I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter than normal. I'll go through and do a full update video when we get a little bit better weather. But at the end of this, I'm going to drop a link to the slightly earlier season version of this, where you'll get more of the under the skin information. So obviously, the thing that just punches you right in the face is the all-new front end on the Rockwood Mini Lites. They decided to do this across the board, the front windshield concept, which is funny because Rockwood had been doing front windows for so long. And all of a sudden, this year, every manufacturer and their brother said, I got an original concept, let's do a front windshield. And, you know, it's cool, it's popular, I get it. But Rockwood's been doing this for years. This is the same automotive windshield that they use in their Ultra and Signature products. It's actually made by the company that makes Ford's windshields. It's an automotive windshield. There is a difference between a windshield and a window. And if you lightly, be gentle, tap your key on that front glass and then tap your key on a side window, you can hear the difference. Murphy bed models like this one, which is how we typically build it, they benefit a little bit less from that front window, but it's there just as a result of the fact that Rockwood completely re-standardized the front end of all of their models. This still has the good pass-through storage. You know that Rockwood was the first one to give you a one-piece folding Murphy bed with pass-through storage. And it's interesting. There's kind of a sudden surge of RV manufacturers finally meeting the demand of outside storage on Murphy bed models, because historically I've always referred to them as like a hard side hybrid. They had the same problem as a hybrid. They were, they were short, the bed didn't take up the floor plan, and that's cool, but they didn't have outside storage space. And Rockwood was really the first one to crack that code with a one-piece Murphy bed. Now, something else they're very good at, always have been, probably always will be, is not wasting a single ounce of potential storage space. Like, this is just storage under the U-dinette. A lot of brands have storage under the U-dinette, but not a lot of brands make it easy to get to the back bench of the U-dinette, the rear storage, the one that's against the wall. Freedom Express from Coachman that we carry here at Haylett RV, they do it by making a slider front panel accessible from the inside of the RV, and that's cool. I like how they did that. Rockwood does it differently. They make the storage accessible from the outside. Now, something else I want to draw your attention to, all Rockwoods now have the nice magnet latches on all baggage doors. That's one of those things that it began years and years ago. If you got a Signature Rockwood, their very highest level Rockwood, and you upgraded to the Diamond package, which is what it was called back then, the high level upgrade bundle, then you got magnet latches and slam latches like on a couple things here and there. I just get magnet latches everywhere. Frankly, I think it's just easier. I think they're better. They're longer lasting. I know I certainly prefer them. Can't stress enough how we're looking at optional stuff here in this video. This is not necessarily how every single 2104S is going to look or be equipped here at Haylett RV. This one does fit our preferred equipment loadout, but that doesn't mean it's the right one for you. They've done a couple little things, like they've had all LED tail and marker lights. They've recently just changed the look of some of them. There's no significant benefit there, it just looks cute. I noticed their little side stand over here, instead of a nice plastic resin, which first of all, their resin plastic formed molded stand that they had previously, the little utility shelf here, that was already so much better than those T-molded particle board things that you see, like even still on pop-up campers to this day. But Rockwood decided that they're going to swap that out for that, formed aluminum tin, whatever it is, side stand there. So again, still supremely weatherproof, and it matches the outside kitchens found in the other Rockwood. So I think that's a nice tie-in. Still have the inside-outside TV here. You still have the best suspension in the little trailer world. I should do an entire video just on the difference between torsion suspension, like you have on a Rockwood here, and a torsion shock dampener. There's a huge difference there. If you don't understand, then definitely call our team here at Haylett RV so we can explain the differences to you. Because they spend $300 to $500 more per axle at Rockwood putting that upgraded suspension on there, and it helps with towability, it helps with towing straight as an arrow, all kinds of good things. I think we're good on the outside. Let's look at some of the updates on the interior. Since the biggest change in this generation of Rockwood is the changeover to this different like front end, the new Murphy bed, I wanted to really start up here. It all operates the same, it all goes up and down very easily. They've added a nice little pull handle down here at the beginning of the 2018 season just to make the whole fold down process simple. There are still these latches up here to keep it from, falling on you when you're not ready for it. And it's still got struts to help make it very easy to go up and down. Obviously, the only real difference here is that new front windshield. Now, earlier in the 2018 season, you may have heard that really click in place. They added a safety lock here. There was a different brand of RV. I'm not going to share their name because this isn't about that. But there's a different brand of RV that got a couple people hurt because they sat up on the headboard of the bed, by the front wall basically, and it lawn chaired them. It just totally folded and buckled them up, and they got pretty hurt over it. So Rockwood said, you know what, we're going to avoid that. We're going to put a nice little lock down here. And it's still very simple and easy to operate. I don't have big, strong, muscly arms, like Chris Griffin, the paper boy, bringing you some good news. But that's all there is to it. Now, there is a privacy shade on that front window up there. And that way, if you're laying in bed, no one's going to be peeking at you or anything like that. There's also a side effect benefit to that. And I have to actually thank one of my YouTube viewers for pointing this out to me. He says he was basically, at first I was kind of not really into the whole front windshield thing on a Murphy bed. I thought it was like weird. But then he started really looking at the design. And he noticed that because of the curvature of that front wall, when the bed is down, you now have more headroom in the bedroom. And I thought that was good. So that's nerdism number 37 for the day. Headroom in the bedroom of a Rockwood Mini Lite Murphy bed. So another little thing Rockwood does is the sofa here, the face, or the foot area, can actually kind of fold up to give you access to the pass-through storage that goes under the sofa. Other than that, not a lot has changed in here. Actually, in the interior, I don't really think anything else has changed. Though I do, again, I can't stress enough how this is only one way you can build a Rockwood Mini Lite. There are different wood tones available, there's different flooring available, there's different decors available, different options available. This is just an example of one Rockwood Mini Lite here at Haylett RV. Maybe not necessarily the Mini Lite here at Haylett RV. One of the things that I get to spec out our Rockwoods here at Haylett's, and one of the things that first thing I did is I got rid of the oven. A little camper like this, I felt the storage was more important than an oven that less than 10% of people actually use. And I know that there are some boondockers out there who go camping who want an oven. I understand that. We'll build you one. If you really want this camper, you like everything about this camper except it doesn't have an oven, we'll build you one with an oven. No big deal. So that's an extra thing we did to pick you up that extra storage. Now, when Rockwood went to that solid surface countertop, it allowed them to recess the sink and the stove, which fixed one of the biggest shortcomings with the 2104S that I always felt, and that was prep space. It just had no countertop space, although you can with that free-floating table. You can easily pull that out, and you can use that like an island. You can fold it down like a coffee table in front of the front sofa for movie time, and you do notice how that TV goes everywhere. Now, another thing I generally don't talk about on Rockwoods, and I think I'm going to take a moment here since this is a shorter video, is the IRV system here. Now, you can get a free app on your phones. Let me find it here. I should have had this prepared. There we go. The IRV app. Bang. That's free on whatever app store you have. And your phone can, it Bluetooth links to this, and your phone becomes a remote control. You see that you can operate all the different modes and everything from right here. The other neat thing with the IRV system, and Rockwood spends a little more money for this, is right here. This is the little unsung hero of this thing. It has a front-face HDMI port and a 5-volt charging USB plug. It's not a reader, because some people were sticking corrupted data files on a USB stick that they downloaded off the internet illegally and jamming it into here, and it was screwing up the system. So this is power only. This will charge phones or anything, but the other thing I thought about is if you have one of those like Roku sticks or Amazon Fire Sticks or Chromecast or anything like that, you can plug it in here and they require USB power. Well, look at that jack. There's a USB power jack right next to it. How smart is that? So that's pretty much this one in a nutshell. Like I said, not a lot has changed. Please stay tuned for our more informative full walkthrough video tour where you'll learn more about the under skin aspects of this. In the meantime, it's so cold my face hurts. I'm going to go inside and just put my my face under the electric hand dryer to warm up a little bit, and maybe I'll join you again in a little bit later if we get some more trailers in. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylet camping, everyone. Seriously. My face is frozen.